It's the Murder Master Music Show. 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 Hip hop is dead, but we don't resurrect it. You follow what mainstream says, but here it gets rejected. If you wearing tight jeans, don't expect to get respected. I'm from a time where wearing black was always on your checklist. From a time where faggots get checked if they reckless. From a time where if you got too much shine, we snatch your necklace. This real shit here, Illuminati, fuck the industry. We represent the street and they respect our street ministries. Hate no shorts and cut the middleman, literally. This hip-hop savior, our birth scenes like nativity. This a place where no one sells out for relevability, and the masses can get a chance to explore more creativity. You gotta be kidding me. If you call that hip-hop, niggas with box shades and fluorescent flip-flop. We killing Big Brother, cause we know he watch. You don't like what I'm doing, then you can suck mine. And you don't Murder Master Music Show. It's the 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 Murder Master Music Show.
Episode 261, Murder Master Music Show. You know what I'm saying? We have a special guest tonight, Detroit's own Royce the 5'9". Now, for those of you that have been sleeping in a closet, or sleeping under a rock or in a cave somewhere, Royce, first of all, he's a lyrical beast. The guy really can't be fucked with lyrically. He's one of those dudes, he's like K-Rino, man. I really respect his rhymes. His lyrical ability. But he's also out of the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? Straight up out of Detroit. For some of the first Midwest music I ever heard came out of Detroit. We're going to talk a little bit about his latest project, Layers, which is available right now. See if he's on the line. You on the line, Royce?
Yes, sir. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing real good, man. Welcome to the Murder Master Music Show. Man, we've had a hell of a week because you followed Willie D. He was just on the episode before you. Oh,
word?
Yeah, shout out to the.
I would love to get with Willie D and talk boxing, man. Like I talk boxing with Scarface all the time. That's like one of my favorite pastimes.
Okay, I imagine Hearns has got to be one of your favorite fighters. But what about heavyweights? And how far do you go back? Do you go all the way back to the John Sullivan bare knuckle days, or?
I mean, I go back pretty far, just depending on what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like one of those encyclopedia guys who like know stuff that can recall stuff just like that. But I'm pretty into the sport. Like, pretty much all full contact sport. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Did you see that? They just had a trailer out for a movie about Roberto Duran. I think Robert De Niro is in it.
Hands of Stone. Yeah,
I got to see that flick. Oh, yeah. What did you think of the Creed, man? While we're on boxing, then we'll get off of that. But what did you think of the Creed movie? Did you like it?
I thought it was pretty good. You know, like I didn't go in there like, you know, my boxing fan, the boxing fan side of me kind of kicked in a little bit. You know, I thought the story was a little unrealistic, but you know, when I was able to put that aside, like I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. I gave it a thumbs up.
Most definitely. Well, you know, you come from a historical music place. Historical. I was telling the listeners some of the first music I ever heard came out of Detroit. The first weed song I ever heard was True by Esham. I think 1989. You know what I'm saying?
That was the first weed song? That was the first weed song?
That was the first weed song I ever heard. After that, it was, nice. I think, Fucking with Dank by Pooh Man from the Bay Area.
Right.
You know, so it was, you know, Detroit, you know, historically is a phenomenal music place. And here you are, you've submitted your own legacy over the years, put out many great records. You got a new one out right now, Tell everybody about it. It's called Layers.
Yeah, it's called Layers. We just released it on the 14th. It's being received really well. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited, man, just to be back out solo. You know, people definitely know me for being with a lot of groups over the years. Like, I'm a member of Slaughterhouse. I'm a member of Bad Meets Evil with Eminem, and I'm also a member of Prime with DJ Premier. So this is my first solo album in probably 6 years.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, and this is the reason why I'm calling it Layers is because I'm basically peeling back all of the layers from every project that I've been associated with. And like the biggest layer that I'm peeling back is the layer that separates Royce the 5'9" from Ryan Montgomery, which is me, the person. You know, like there is no barricade there. I'm kind of opening up and just being all one person.
See like inside.
If I go to the studio and I feel like a family man, I'll rap about it. You know. So it's just, you know, everything is just true to life and where I'm at in life right now.
I'll tell you what, the song I'm going to play at the end of the interview, there's a part of the song where you actually talk about your son having autism.
Yeah.
Just recently, you know, Robert De Niro at the Tribeca Film Festival was going to play the documentary Vaxxed, where it talks about the link between vaccination and autism. How do you feel about that? Do you think there's a link between that, or because you being a parent of an autistic child, what are your thoughts about the whole vaccination thing?
You know, man, I heard a lot of mixed feelings about it. You know, I asked around a little bit. I didn't do, you know, proper research to be able to speak on it intelligently, but whenever I spoke to people about it, you know, half the people would say that they heard it is, and half the people would say that it's absolutely not. So I don't really know who to believe. I can say, you know, anything is possible, but I don't want to like jump to that conclusion if, you know, I don't know for sure. You know, what is Robert De Niro's connection to autism? Do you know?
Well, his son.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He's got a son that has it, and see the film festival. They got the vaccination company's got on him to pull the film from the flick or from the festival, and you know, when I heard the song, I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That I just saw a thing with Robert De Niro saying the same stuff about his kid. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I was like, man, that's mad respect to you to even put that out there. Here's my co-host, Mac J. Welcome to the show, Mac.
What's going on with
Mac,
Chris? What's going on, man?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm hanging in there.
You got Royce the 5'9", but yeah, man, I definitely respect the hell out of you for putting that out there like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And just being real with the fans. You know, about like you said, you're separating Royce the 5'9" from who you are. During that process, was it difficult to do?
Which process? Because I've been through a lot of processes. You mean
as far as
being a father of an autistic kid?
Royce the 5'9" from Royce the father, Royce the family man, Royce the regular guy?
No, it wasn't really hard. I mean, because it didn't happen in a way where I was trying to I put a plan together. Like I'm gonna just do this. It just kind of happened. You know, like I decided to quit drinking almost 4 years ago. You know, so when I did that, all kinds of like thoughts and stuff started hitting me, and I've always really made music, you know, that's a reflection of wherever I'm at the time. Like every album, if you go back and listen, you know, all the way dating back to Death is Certain, you know, like my darkest material, because those were some of my darkest days as far as just running around and, you know, in the streets and hanging out. So like when I decided to get sober, like I started doing all this reflecting, all these memories started hitting me, you know what I'm saying? Like I start dealing with everything in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're drinking, like every single day, you can kind of drink away from issues as they're happening, so you're not really dealing with them as they're happening. So when you stop, everything start coming at you at regular time, and you got to adjust to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I start seeing the therapist. I'm seeing him once a week, and I noticed how much better I felt after speaking to him. You know what I'm saying? So automatically training my mind to do that, by the time I get to the studio and pull a beat up, it just becomes therapeutic to just rap about whatever is on my mind. You know, and
I was
a lot
about
of
to
people,
say, so the therapy that you went through actually worked, because you know, like some people, they be scared to get therapy, like you quitting drinking and shit. You know, like some people, like they want to do it, but they feel like, man, I ain't going through no therapy or something like that. So what you saying that it helped you out, man, that can help people seek treatment.
It helped me out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we naturally want to get things off our chest. You know what I'm saying? Like we vent for a living, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we do. We go in the booth and we talk about shit that's on our minds, be it positive or negative. You know, and that's basically all you do in therapy. Sitting down in therapy is like making a record, bro. It's like you sit down, you talk about whatever is on your mind that day. You got a connection with the person. Y'all cool. Y'all relate to each other. Y'all we just kick it. We just kick it about shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I get to the lab, I pretty much do the same thing. Now, when I did that song, Wait, I had a lot of people on Twitter like, yo, Royce, where you been? Because I had sat out for like 2 years. I hadn't put out no music. But it was just like, when I first got sober, that was in my eyes, that was one of my defining moments. Like, that was my time to establish myself in my house as a father instead of just a nigga who would just come pay the bills and roommate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was time to put in the work for real, because up until that time, hip-hop had just kind of consumed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave it all to hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? All I gave to my family was financial support, and I gave the rest of myself to the music. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to stop doing that shit.
No doubt, no doubt.
You know, and it's good that you did, because, you know what I'm saying, you're able to get yourself back centered and focus on what you need to do. And alcohol is a fucked up thing anyway, man. I still don't know why weed isn't legal in most places and alcohol is. Like in these places where you get a marijuana card, you're not even allowed to own a gun. But you could be drunk as fuck and have a 9 and just start popping it off. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm glad you were able to conquer that, man. Real talk. Let's talk a little bit about you know what I'm saying, this project. You said it's available now. It's everywhere. Did you have any dealings with Eminem? Is it on Shady or is it on your own label or?
Yeah, it's on my own label. I just launched my company called Bad Half Entertainment. So this particular album is actually independent. Like, it's all me. You know what I'm saying? So now the Slaughterhouse album, that's what's on Shady. We got that situation over there. So we got that working, and we working on that, and that should be coming out later this year. And I'm also doing Prime too. But this particular one right here is all independent. And that's probably why you just see me looking tired all the time, because I'm running around working the shit out of it, just doing everything that I can. You know, that solo grind, man, it's humbling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Growing up in Detroit, what were you listening to as a kid? And who was rapping back then? Or was there any rap popping at that point in time?
Yeah, it was plenty of rap popping. I mean, that's pretty much all I listened to. I mean, everything from Run DMC, DOC, The Chronic, E40, Redman, Razzcast, Buster, Helter Skelter. I mean, I listened to it all, really. I didn't really listen to the radio much, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was one of those kids who used to always come home and watch. Yeah, I used to watch The Box, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to watch Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah, because you could see a Poison Clan video on The Box. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't see a Poison Clan video on MTV. You couldn't see Shake What Your Mama Gave You on BET, you know? That was a dope thing, man. And yeah, that brings back memories for sure. What about Esham though? I mean, this guy, he came out in the late '80s, and he was just a kid. He's like 13 years old, 14 years old. Did you listen to his music at all coming up?
Hell yeah, Esham is a legend, bro. He's a Detroit legend. Everybody listen to Esham. You know what I'm saying? I used to listen to him in middle school and high school. Middle school and high school, I was buying all his tapes.
What was your favorite album from him?
Probably that Maggot Brain joint.
Maggot Brain Theory, yeah. Yeah, it was classic.
Yeah.
That was a teaser though, but then he hit us with Closed Casket right after that. So, you know.
Right. Which one was the red tape? Was that Nodis? The red tape?
No, the red tape. The red tape was the original Booming Words from Hell from '89.
Is that the one that had My Life in the Sunshine sample on it?
No, you're thinking of Kill the Fetus.
That's my favorite album. That's my favorite Esham album, Kill the Fetus, bro.
I
just bumped that shit off.
Fucking hard. That album was fucking hard, and you know what I'm saying. It definitely it set a tone to come, you know, in the future for sure. You know, that's one thing we like to do on the show. We like to pay respects to the pioneers and legends and whatnot, and kind of get an idea of what the artist was listening to and stuff. And plus, you know, he influenced. Look who came after him out of Detroit. He influenced a whole slew of people. Eminem cited him as one of his influences. ICP said he was an influence. At what point in stage did you start putting out music, Royce, in Detroit?
Yeah, I didn't start putting out music until probably I signed my first deal at 21, I believe. I was either 20 or 21. At that point, I never really even I didn't even make many songs. You know what I'm saying? Like before I could even get my feet wet with performing, Marshall just kind of snatched me up and threw me into the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been like treading water ever since. You know what I'm saying? Just taking baby steps, just developing, you know, at the rate that I can. You know, trying to add as many layers to my style. Just kind of like paying attention to all the greats that I be around. Just trying to pick up game here and there. And that's pretty much what I've been doing.
And you said Marshall snatched you up right away because obviously, you know, he knew the talent was there. What is it? What's it like working with him? What is he like as a person? You know, because all I know about him is the character I see on MTV. What's the real Slim Shady like, so to speak?
I mean, he's a cool guy, man. Just real, very normal, very normal. I think one of the common misconceptions about him is that he's like some like huge celebrity that's like bathing in the tears of rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like regular. He's like a regular, really regular dude, man. It's like we just
like he's riding off with Rakim lyric sheets and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Everything is mad normal. Like he drives a normal car. You know what I'm saying? Like he moves around normal. When we at the crib, you know what I'm saying? He do normal things with the kids. It's just everything is normal. The only thing that he does that's extraordinary is rap. You know what I'm saying? It's just he just happened to have that talent that separates him from a lot of other MCs. But I mean, as far as a person, he's just a normal guy.
Yeah, definitely. Now, lyrically, you know, you're one of the best the game has seen. Have you ever had a chance to sit down and listen to K Reno? Because I would really like to hear someone like you and him do something together.
From Texas?
Yeah. From Texas.
You talking about kid from Texas? Yeah. You know what, man? Like I met him. Bun introduced me to him. He was at my show in Texas. He came to the Prime show, and we was kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, you know, he a legend. You know what I'm saying? I look up to him. I'd love to do something with him. We actually spoke about it though. We spoke about it.
See, that's what I'm talking
about. Getting together and doing some stuff.
Dope too. Hell yeah. Cause that nigga Reno be slaying too. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, and like these youngsters, they could take note to guys like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like the wordplay and the way motherfuckers deliver their shit is still out here. You know what I'm saying? You have to accept all that other shit. Even if you like that shit, guess what? It's still the real shit. It's still out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's so, you know, like the internet and all that is so progressive now, man. It's like so many different styles, so many different outlets to get music. It's like, man, it may not be a balance on the radio, but it's like it's easy to find, you know, what you like depending on what your preference is. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the bad music is out. I just kind of tune that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna always be music that we don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like we came up a certain way. Came up on some hip-hop shit. It's a certain thing that we like. Thank God that hip-hop is forever changing into different forms, man, because that just means it's going to be around forever. If it stay the same for too long, that means it'll fade away. So, you know, sometimes if you want to be one of those kinds of artists that want to transcend different eras, then you got to be willing to know that you're not gonna always your style ain't gonna always be what's popping. Sometimes you got to know when to sit back and let other people shine. Other people gonna have their turn, but that don't mean
Right.
you don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never really been one of those guys that kind of sit around and complain about, like I can listen to a nigga and be like, that nigga whack, but that's just my personal opinion as an MC. But it's like, I ain't gonna knock what he do, because there's a reason why people like that shit. I just don't hear it like they hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. How many cats you just be hearing though? Like nowadays, like you being Royce and 5'9" and all the accolades you got and the clout you got in the rap game and shit. Like, how many times are you out there and you just hear somebody and you like, that motherfucker dope?
Yo, man, every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I've been doing it so long and I've, like, went through so many different phases in my music. It's just hard for me to hear something I ain't heard before. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of kids out there right now that's dope at what they do. They dope at what they do, but it's not nothing like I listen to and be like, wow, I wish I could do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, it's just good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, niggas like King Los, niggas that do shit like what he do, that's impressive to me. That's impressive because he like super cerebral, technical. He like the most fundamental MC I heard in years, dog. Years.
Right. Do you catch a lot of these younger guys, so to speak, paying homage to coming up off of your shit though? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there some guys that run up to you and be like, man, I came up off your shit, and like when you hearing they shit, like you can tell that they came up off your shit, or is it just like cats just running up to you paying homage because they know your name in the game or whatever?
I mean, all different kinds. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on where I'm at, what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to like a hip hop show, you know what I'm saying? Like if I go to St. Andrews or something, I'm bound to bump into some MCs that's influenced by me. You know what I'm saying? It's just because that's one of the places that I kind of focused on leaving an impression, because that's where we love to go. You know?
Right.
And you know, if I go to the Titty Bar or something, you know, I'll bump into some street niggas that just, you know, they just like me as a cool ass nigga who've been seeing me around. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm cool with niggas, and they know, you know, I'm respectful. You know what I'm saying? So we just niggas show love that way. Yeah. Sometimes you just see people who just want to get you on their Snapchat just so they can get their followers up. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to your music at all. I mean, right. It's all different kinds. Then I get people who just come up to me and tell me I look like somebody. They don't even know who I am. You rap or something? Like, I get it all, bro.
What's going on with Slaughterhouse? You guys got anything in the works?
Yeah, we got pretty much a whole album done. I mean, we're gonna do probably a few more joints, but the biggest thing about that group is just all of us getting together at a time where we all can focus solely on Slaughterhouse. It's just scheduling wise, not always easy to get all of us together to push like we need to. You know, like, because every time you look up, somebody rolling out an album or somebody got something that they're doing, you know, everybody be kind of busy. You know what I mean?
Sometimes y'all grind too hard to get that shit.
Nah, I mean, you know, it's just because we started out as solo artists. You know what I'm saying? We all started out our careers as solo artists, so it was like a foundation there that was already built before we formed the group. You know what I'm saying? So when we formed the group, we went hard together for like 5 years. We did 2 albums. You know what I'm saying? We put out 2 albums. We gave each other 5 years of our lives. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, right. After that, it was like niggas started pushing their solo albums back out. But it's like, shit, we Slaughterhouse for sure. But it's just like, we got to make sure that when we do it, we can effectively do it. We don't want to sell the shit short, because we always make great music together. You know?
Yeah, that's what's up.
What's your take? You know, you got ICP. These guys are like the Grateful Dead. They got followers that travel all around the world. They have these festivals every year. What's your take on these guys?
You know what I'm saying? And they stuck to doing what they do. Stayed in their lane, you know what I'm saying, and built an empire off being them. And they ain't conform to shit, man. You can't do nothing but respect that. It's nothing to not respect.
We're going to talk about the album. What is, where could they get it? What's the title? Run it down one more time.
Okay, it's called Layers. It's out now. It came out on 4/15. You know what I'm saying? It's on Bad Half Entertainment. That's my company, my independent company. And yeah, man, just thank y'all for the support, man. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Appreciate all the words, man. Real talk.
Yeah, no doubt. Take it easy.
Okay, my brother.
Right on.
That's
right
what
on.
it is.